Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to Agarwal Industrial Corporation Limited Q3 and 9 months ended FY23 earnings conference call hosted by Hem Securities. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Ms. Asta Jain, Senior Research Analyst from Hem Securities Limited. Thank you, and over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Lizanne. A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining the Agarwal Industrial Corporation Limited Q3 and 9 months ended FY23 earnings call. Joining us on the call today from the management team is Mr. Vipin Agarwal, Chief Financial Officer. We will commence the call with the opening management, post which we will open the forum for Q&A session, where the management will be glad to respond to any queries that you may have. At this point, I would like to add that some of the statements made or discussed on the conference call may be forward-looking in nature, and the actual results may vary from these forward-looking statements. I would now like to hand over the call to Mr. Vipin Agarwal to commence by sharing his thoughts on the performance, strategic progress made by the company. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Asta ma'am. Good afternoon all, and a very welcome to everyone who has joined us today. I take the pleasure of welcoming you all to the Q3 FY23 earnings conference call of Agarwal Industrial Corporation Limited. Let me start by giving you a brief overview of the company's business, and will then take you through the financials. We'll then be happy to take questions if you have any. Agarwal Industrial Corporation is an integrated infra-ancillary company for a range of innovative bitumen products backed by our world-class logistics infrastructure, which comprises of 8 large marine vessels having total capacity of 49,000 metric tons, which are used in importing raw materials from oil-producing countries. Company is having a fleet size of about 650 tankers of LPG and bitumen and 7 storage terminals for importing bitumen, totaling to a capacity of 49,000 metric tons. Having direct access to the shipping network located at Hazira Port, Mumbai Port, Dighi Port, Karwar Port, Mangalore Port, and Haldia Port. And Vadodara is now a inline location where the imported product is being stored. We, along with our subsidiaries, have 6 manufacturing plants located at Taloja, Vadodara, Belgaum, Hyderabad, Kochi, and Guwahati. In the budget 2023, Road Ministry has given a 33% hike in allocation to rupees 2.7 lakh crore for the financial year 23-24 to help the ministry meet the 25,000 km road development target announced in the 2023 budget. This development phase is creating a huge demand for raw materials, thereby our responsibilities of filtering bitumen has further increased. Going to the financial results reported, starting with our consolidated quarter highlights of Q3 FY23. The company's revenue has growth of 45.42% in Q3 FY23 at INR 553.90 crores compared to INR 380.90 crores in Q3 FY22. The company reported EBITDA of INR 39.80 crores in Q3 FY23 versus INR 33.40 crores in Q3 FY22, a growth of 19.18%. Company's PAT has improved by 22.37% from INR 20.60 crores in Q3 FY22 to INR 25.21 crores in Q3 FY23. The company's revenue has seen a growth of 43.71% in 9 months of FY23 at rupees 1363.90 crores versus 949.08 crores in 9 months FY22. We have reported a EBITDA of rupees 101.37 crores in 9 months FY23, a growth of 40.95% versus rupees 71.92 crores in 9 months FY22. The company has reported PAT of 63.96 crores in 9 months FY23, a growth of 60.08% versus rupees 39.95 crores in 9 months FY22. Further, I would like to add the demand trend continues to be favorable across the infrastructure industry, which is quite beneficial for us. Our customer understands and appreciates the company's execution abilities, which constantly results in the financial growth of the company's market share. We continue to demonstrate profitable performance in long term through the relentless focus on leveraging our 2 decades of experience in bitumen and logistics. With this, I would like to conclude my remarks and would now request the moderator to open the forum for questions from the participants. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin with the question and answer session. Anyone wishing to ask a question may please press star and 1 on your touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Keshav from Bruxelles Investors. Please go ahead.
Hi, good afternoon. Sir, though you clarified in the past about no sizable bitumen capacities coming up in India, but just for the sake of repetition, I would put the question a bit differently. So the overall refining capacity is expected to go up about 20% in next 3 years and double up by 2030, at least as per the plans. So does it not mean that the domestic...
Can you please repeat again, please?
Yeah. So, sir, the Indian refining capacity is expected...
I think your mobile is close to your phone.
Is it better now, sir?
Sorry to interrupt. Members of the management team.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
So the disturbance is from the management line.
There is some disturbance.
Sir, give me a minute. I'm sorting the disturbance. Ladies and gentlemen, please stay connected while we reconnect the management. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for patiently holding. We now have the line for the management reconnected. Over to you, sir.
Am I audible now, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, sir, the domestic refining capacity is expected to go up by 20% in next 3 years and 50% by 2030. So, does it not mean that the domestic bitumen production should also go up commensurately, or that's not the way to look at it?
Yeah. Thank you for your question. No, there is absolutely no chance of any bitumen production going up by a significant level at all in the next 3 years. Maybe refining other products like petrol, diesel, or other maybe petroleum products may go up, but as far as bitumen is concerned, there is no capacity increase going to happen in next 3 years, as per the information available. Absolutely not.
Sure. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Bhaumik Shah, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. Yeah, my question is actually, I think in this year's budget, we can clearly see the trend of government actually, which is giving the more impetus to infrastructure actually, which is I think beneficial for our company.
Yeah.
So, is there any like I have been in your con calls in many times. So, management has been guiding that 20% volume growth will be looking out year on year actually. That is what we're looking at. So is there any chance that in the next year, next financial year, we may see a higher volume of our volume growth actually compared to the previous financial years, looking to the impact of the government on the infrastructure? Is there any lookout for this from our side? And my one more question is that in the last one or two concalls, I think you were told that I think we are having the superior network in south, east, and west compared to the north actually. So are we capitalizing anything to have more actually focus on the north area? I think there is also a lot of construction work going on actually there.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. To answer your first call, we have been growing at a 20% volume every year. So if last year we had closed near 4 lakh tons, and if we are closing somewhere around 480,000 tons this year, so next year we will be trying to close somewhere between 5.5 to 600,000 tons, which is anyways a production capacity of one of the refineries, if you say in Mumbai. It's a huge quantity, and for any increasing in target, we also require basic other facilities like logistics. We are focusing. That's the reason we have been focusing on increasing the vessel that would help us in getting this chain in line to bring more product at Indian ports.
Correct.
And your second point was about infrastructure.
Penetration into north region actually.
Yeah, north. Yeah. So we have got an approval from the government of Rajasthan to supply our product for the government of Rajasthan. So this is one step towards catering towards the north side, and we are focusing ahead from Rajasthan towards J&K and other parts of the north, which is already in focus.
Okay. Good to know that actually. My one more question is that actually.
Yeah.
One more question is that I just wanted to understand the payment cycle of our products actually. I think regarding the raw materials which we buy from the countries for importing the raw materials and all, right? So how is the payment cycle for that, and the finished product which we supply to the contractors and all, or the refineries, how is from there we get the payment actually? How is the payment cycle? In how many days we get our cash back into our books?
If you see the balance sheet of the company, we have focused and changed a little bit in the last 3-4 years, wherein we are focusing more on cash and carry basis for the volumes that we are getting, additional volumes, apart from the regular clients that we have. The main benefit is always coming from the clientele, direct customers that we have, because there we don't have to, and we don't end up paying a higher discount, wherein if you are selling to other customers where the margins are low. So we are keeping a mix and match of both, wherein the payment cycle is reduced to about less than 20-25 days now.
Okay. And so within 20-25 days we can receive our payments actually.
Yes. If you see overall turnover of the company against the payment cycle, it is about 20-25 days now. Maybe 30 days if you divide exactly, but more or less it is in line with much better than what it was in previous few years. And supply part, as you have the question that you have asked, we are making the payment upfront when the vessel is arriving into Indian ports.
Okay. Understood.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. A reminder to the participants, anyone wishing to ask a question, may please press star and 1. Participants in the conference, if you wish to ask a question, you may please press star and 1. The next question is from the line of Vivek from Macquarie Financial. Please go ahead.
Yes. Can you hear me, sir? Am I audible?
Yeah, very much. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Congratulations on the good set of numbers.
Thank you so much.
Sir, would like to understand the details on the volumes which we have cracked in terms of tons for the quarter as well as for 9 months.
In the Q3 21, we had done about 87 to 88,000 tons, against which this year we have done about 114,000 tons, 1,14,000 tons. Almost an increase of about 26 to 27,000 TMT. And the 9 months, we have achieved a growth of about 13% in the first 9 months of this year.
Okay, sir. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is on the line of Anupam from Lucky Investment Managers Private Limited. Please go ahead. Anupam, your line is in the talk mode. Please go ahead.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. Please proceed.
Yeah, hi. This is Pritesh. Just wanted to check on a few things.
Yeah.
One, when I look at your numbers and I try to understand from the EBITDA per ton perspective, so we tend to make a certain EBITDA per ton based on the standalone, which is the import of the bitumen. And then when we make a certain number from the logistics part of the business by having our own shipping, which comes on consolidation. Now, if you could tell us some total for a per ton of bitumen that we would import and try to use our logistics for distribution, import vessel plus distribution, what kind of EBITDA per ton ideally we should be making? That's the first question. Second, we had a certain ships in our system, and then we added these 2 ships. I think we had 6 and then we took it to 8, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
When we had these 6 ships until December 22, how much of the bitumen was being imported via our own ships, and how much of third party we were deploying? If that could help, if you could share that. It will also help us understand that eventually when you go 100% on our logistics, what kind of EBITDA per ton we will have, because that will fully capture the logistics that we would deploy. So some of these parts, if you could explain us, because looking at percentage margin might be a misnomer, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
And if you could help these queries.
Yeah, thank you so much for your question. Firstly, on the vessel part that we have highlighted, I would like to add here is that whatever vessels are coming into India, we are giving it to third parties. All our vessels are being given to third parties, which may result in transporting the product to even our own locations in India. But all our vessels, as a subsidiary, is an individual entity in the Gulf country. They are independently and they are offering the vessels solely to third parties on the basis of market rate. So whatever vessels we are getting into India from third party or our own vessels to third party, the freight remains the same. So there is no differentiation in between the vessels that we are taking from any other supplier or our own vessels in UAE. So
that's okay. That's the route. You might deploy your own and you might take someone else's.
Yeah.
Depends on the route and availability wherever it is. But you are putting vessels because you want to have your own logistics, right?
Yes.
And want to earn that much more profit by having your own logistics.
Yes. Very much. But all those operations are in the UAE entity, wherein the UAE supplier who is looking for vessels is being offered our vessels in UAE.
Perfect. So how much? So let's say by deploying 6 vessels now, how much of the volumes have moved to pseudo our logistics, whether you use your own vessel or someone?
Close to about, on a month-on-month basis, we are importing about 20 TMT from our own vessels. And sometimes if the vessel is going towards east, it will come down because the turnaround of the east region is only once in a month.
So let's say in the 280,000 tons that
volume that we have done in the first 9 months, I think about 25, about 20-25% volume is through our own vessels, because we require back-to-back products sometimes, and most of the times in the season. So our 6 vessels still fall short of bringing the product into Indian ports.
So six vessels is still 25% of your own
Yes.
output. 75% is still via.
Precise 20-25%. Yeah.
Sorry.
To give a range, it would be about 20-25% of the volume that we have done.
So whatever EBITDA that we see today, EBITDA per ton that we see today, is based on 25% of your output on your own vessels, right?
Yes, you can say that. But which are totally deployed through third parties through our UAE entity individually. There is no connection between the two in terms of running of the two entities.
No, sir. So one is, so I'll try to frame it differently. One is you might have given there and you are using someone else's here. That's different.
Yeah.
You have created this capacity ideally to use to make sure that the logistics profit comes to you, right?
Yeah.
You gave there, you took care, you would do to the extent of the volumes that you have, right? You will do this business to the extent of volumes that you have, or you will do this business more than the volumes that you have?
To the tune of volumes that we have.
We have, right? So based on that, today, is it that out of 280,000 tons, only 25% of the volumes is on your own vessels?
Yeah.
Forget that you are using your own or you are using UAE's.
We are doing about 25%, approximately 25% from our vessels.
Barabar. So this profitability that we see today in per ton basis is subject to that much volume. When you keep on adding ships, you will try and capture the shipping profits.
Yeah.
Right? You will capture the logistics profits, right?
Yes, very much.
Right. So in an ideal scenario, for the per ton of bitumen that you import, ship and distribute, ideally what should be a per ton profitability eventually when everything moves to your own shipping?
To answer that question, we have not seen 100% switching to our own vessels, because some of the vessels are even deployed for other on TC basis as well in the last quarter. Due to better revenue or better optimization of the vessel in terms of profitable, making it profitable. And in India, whatever product we are selling, we have an absolute number. We have to sell a particular product. We have defined a particular amount, so below which we do not sell.
No, sir. Then this means that you will deploy vessels more than your requirement.
It depends upon the management call if we are having any. See, the logistic part that you're talking about shipping is not 100% that it has to be deployed to our own uses in India. It is used for better and optimum utilization of the vessels to make it profitable.
Okay, sir. What is the per ton profitability of bitumen for import, distribution, and logistics? Import, logistics, and distribution. What is a kg? It is 2 rupees a kg. It is 1 rupee a kg. Because your standalone reflects pure trading profits, right? You would buy a bitumen.
Profit is also there from logistics as well.
Yeah, so I am just trying to understand. Your standalone is your pure trading profits.
I have already given the volumes for this quarter. I think we can divide that if you.
Yeah, I know. So that number. So that number is about 1,500 to 1,700 rupees a ton.
So that will answer your question, sir.
Then you will add another profitability which comes from your own logistics, right?
Yes.
So that number works out to another 2,000 rupees a ton.
I have not calculated, but maybe if you have calculated, I think you may be right.
No, sir. I am looking for that calculation from your end and for us to understand, for everyone to understand. So your model.
On the mail, I will send the exact calculations if you require for that.
Okay, but is this much we should take home that only 1/4 of your volume is on 6 vessels?
Yes.
That is correct, right?
Yeah, because
forget this that you have given in UAE and you are using someone else's.
To understand for you better, we are giving the vessels to third parties wherein we get higher and profitable revenues as well. So instead of using our the vessels to India, we have sent the vessels even to other countries.
Sir, I understand that part.
The revenue is more, the profitability is more, and using purely third party vessels from outsourcing for India.
Sir, I understand that. Wherever, whichever is a convenient vessel, you will take that. And wherever it is convenient to give away, you will give away. But sum total are you using, your requirement is X and you are using 1/3 of that X.
Yeah, I said 25%.
Right? At least that assessment we can make, right?
Yeah, you can make that much also.
So every time that you add a vessel, your profitability will improve, right? Because today only 25% of your volumes are a function of your 6 assets. Tomorrow, if it moves to, you take another 2 assets.
There are vessels which are not even for bitumen as well. So those are deployed purely for other products.
So there are vessels not meant for bitumen.
Yeah, which is yet to be made into bitumen.
So they will eventually be made into bitumen?
Yeah, because it depends. Yes, it will eventually be converted to bitumen. Yes.
Right. So every time when we progress in our company, instead of 25% of your bitumen on your own logistics, it will move to 30, 35, 40, 45, whatever be the number.
That's the reason we are adding more vessels.
Right,
so
that's the reason you are adding more. It will,
percentage increase.
So it will bring you more profitability per ton of bitumen business that you do, right?
Concall basis, yes.
Concall basis, it will bring per ton. So what is that per ton number?
That can already be seen in the 9 months results that we have published.
So sir, then I'll ask this way, from today to FY25, or let's say from 23 to 25, how many vessels will we see? So 6 number will move to what number? And this 25% number, sir, let me ask the question, sir. And this 25% will move to what number?
Shall I answer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Firstly, it is all an opportunity cost. If we see some vessels at an attractive price and a good, decision to add any volumes, yes, that will be taken. And it comes as and when basis. It is not pre-decided that we would be going for this vessel or not. It is all purely an opportunity when we try to encash on it. And yes, once we have more vessels, we will definitely, the volume of this percentage will increase to be 35-40% as well.
And what will be the per ton profitability at that time?
It's very difficult to answer. It is a very futuristic answer, so it's very difficult. But yes, definitely it will be in line with what we have today.
Okay. And how much volume growth do you anticipate this year? You have done about 200.
20%.
So you will still be able to do 5 lakh tons next in FY23?
We are targeting that. Yes, we should be.
Because that means that the last quarter has to be a plus 2 lakh ton number. Is it doable?
We will know after this quarter, sir.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Very much doable, but.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Thank you. The next question is in the line of Rahul Chandrana from Sunidhi Securities. Please go ahead.
Yeah, this is again up to the previous question. So I got a gist like in the business model that you use the ships mainly for charting and not for the related process of bitumen. But even though you do the capex, so more of it is into the usage of earning the freight income. So I wanted to get a guidance like, okay, you are buying number of ships or something like that. So as you provide us the number with the number of bitumen trading, so can you give us a guidance for the ship charting as well? Because getting just a vague number or number of trips or certain parameters through which we can forecast the future revenue number for the ship charting, because this thing is not still fixed, like 25% of the ships you use it for your own bitumen thing, and then you are targeting to 40%. Then what will be the proportion, like by what factors will you make it 40%? So,
all our vessels are capable of supplying bitumen, but it is only a question of where it is to be deployed as of now in terms of optimal utilization of the vessel. There we are taking a call whether we should be bringing bitumen into India or keep the vessel to supply some other product for some other reason. There it is all about optimizing utilization of the vessel, but all our vessels are capable of utilizing in bitumen.
So if I assume that 25% of the shipping portfolio, when you bring the butadiene from the Gulf country to the Indian ports, then it goes return empty-handed, right?
Yeah, it will go empty, yes.
So the rest of the 75%. So a certain matrix or something like, every shipping company also tells that there's a certain volume which they do. So it's not difficult for you as a company to provide such number, if I'm not.
I didn't get your question. Can you just repeat again once, please?
Yeah, see, I'm telling you that 25% is used for butadiene. We take that particular as a grain. Then the rest of the 75%, I wanted a certain volume number so that we can, take a guidance like this is your, the realization, or this is the volume game which you are playing with the number of ships you have. So there would be certain metrics in your business model which you will be catering to.
But I didn't still understand what the exact question is. You want us to,
for example,
inform you about the uses of optimal utilization of this vessel for us or the other 75% that we are doing?
No, for the charting which you are doing, right? You're giving a revenue number of, say, this quarter you gave a revenue of 10 crores, okay? 10 to 11 crores. So that would be on certain volumes, right? Or certain tonnage or something like that.
See, shipping is always on the terms of void. It cannot be compared with any tonnage.
So you can provide that number if possible, like number of voyages or...
That is what I answered, sir. Because whatever vessels we are adding, irrespective of the capacity, they are put in use for optimum utilization. So it cannot divide a bigger vessel by per metric ton because it will not give you the same numbers maybe compared to the smaller vessels.
Okay, so this 11 number is optimum utilization of 75%. We can take that as a understanding.
You can take that as a gap to increase maybe the fleet of the vessels, to increase the percentage of volume that we are importing through other own vessels from UAE.
Okay. And the previous question you guided that this will reach to an optimum level of 40% for the own butadiene trading. So even though the rates are not sustainable, rates are higher by taking your own vessels and bringing the butadiene over here, then too will keep this percentage or it will vary? Like what will be the matrix for that for the own butadiene? It will be gradually going to 40% by FY25, or you will still remain 25%? You can give guidance if possible.
As informed, we are trying to improve, but it is all depending upon what opportunities we get in UAE. If we get good opportunities running the vessels with the other parties, yes, the company is always happy to take third-party vessels for India and deploy the vessels into different regions. So it is all opportunity and profitable call depending upon the rates available in the market at a particular time.
Do you see more margin accretion from charting business rather than bringing the butadiene in your own vessel, if I'm not wrong? Because we have
Sometimes
seen
you get better margins, yes. Sometimes you get better margins from supplying the cargo or maybe vessels from some other countries. We get better margins, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, a bit of.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. A reminder to the participants, anyone wishing to ask a question, may please press star and 1. The next question is on the line of Keshav from Braxton Investors. Please go ahead.
So, sir, building on the previous two participants, in the previous call, you said that the bitumen vessel charter rates are usually stable, and you mentioned right now that we are doing a lot of third-party chartering, and we aren't saying that we want to be completely self-reliant, volume self-reliant on our own fleet. But with this increasing share in vessel tonnage capacity on a Concall level by adding more ships, we have an increasing assurance of the ability to commit higher volumes. Is that correct? I mean, is the vessel addition rather a step to help us gain market
Higher
share?
volumes has nothing to do with the capacity of own vessel utilization or any third party. Higher volumes, it is irrespective of vessels we have or not.
Okay. So the vessel addition.
First, I think I'll just answer the first part of your question, though it is not complete as of now. As said, the freights are constant in the regions that we are doing, but I also said that it is all about opportunity. Sometimes we are getting a good margin and a good freight, wherein that's the reason we are sometimes offering the vessel to another party for a particular region's cargo.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is on the line of Ayush Vimal from Clearview Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening. Thanks for taking my question. I had a question on the use case of bitumen in the future. So recently, the BMC had come out with a contract for concretization of 400 kilometers of road. And, given cement is, cheaper from a life cycle cost perspective, when we compare it to bitumen, it's resistant to water and fuel and other weather conditions. It's not required to be imported and limestone reserves are domestically available. And it's also considered to be greener, given the mileage is higher and it's less polluting. I wanted to know, how do you see it emerging as a credible alternative to bitumen in the years to come?
What was the BMC contract?
There was this BMC contract that was given for concretization of roads in Mumbai.
Yeah.
This was about a 6,000 crore contract. So
yet to be given.
It's being discussed. A couple of issues around it. So how do you see cement emerging as a credible alternative to bitumen for future roads?
See, this concretization is having no impact on the business that we are doing, because this is only an inland city roads, wherein it hardly affects the product that we are dealing in.
Okay, and in terms of NHAI contracts for road construction, national highway construction, you continue to see the use of bitumen there, or you see the role of cement emerging?
If you see the budget also, there is, or even the new tenders that are being awarded, there is absolutely no question of cement being used at all. All the new road tenders that have been allotted or under execution or under implementation are having bitumen portion only, because as informed earlier, the cement road is not being taken up by the NHAI as of now.
What is the qualitative characteristic because of which bitumen scores above cement? Because you see
I think the safety is the most important, I guess.
Okay, so bitumen roads tend to be safer, is what you're saying.
If you have gone on a bitumen road and a cement road, bitumen will always give you a smooth ride, whereas concrete will not give you a smooth ride.
Okay. And also another question I had was, recently the Minister of Road in a recent interview said that, they're actually procuring bio-bitumen from rice straw, and also using rubberized tire to make bitumen, which is being laid in the Dholera-Ahmedabad Express Highway. So your view on these materials, gradually being an alternative to bitumen, not maybe recently, but from a long-term perspective?
Maybe they are all trial. This is all trial as of now, but even if that would also require bitumen in portion in it, it will not be. It is not 100% bitumen, but yes, it is under trial, and still the bitumen. It is only addition of some other product to bitumen. It's not 100% called substitute of bitumen.
Okay. From a global perspective, in other countries, do you see this trend emerging? Do you see bitumen still getting used, or do you see alternatives emerging in other parts of the world?
There may be alternative, but it will not be around bitumen only. It cannot be anything differently than bitumen.
Okay, so bitumen roads tend to be as much in vogue in the US and Europe.
Yes, very much.
Okay. That's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. The next question from the line of Rahul Chandrana from Sunidhi Securities. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Who are your major clients to whom you supply bitumen, and what percentage?
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Rahul, we are not able to hear you clearly.
I'm asking that who are your major clients and what percentage makes your, top 5, top 10 clients? Can you give a guidance?
I think it's not audible, sir. Can you be loud again, please?
I'm telling you that who are your major clients and what percentage do they make of the total orders?
We have mix and match, and all the road contractors, big road contractors, medium size, small, all are our customers. NHI customers, PWD, all the road contractors are our customers, and it is not that we are focusing on a few big companies. No, we are distributed along set of customers wherein all the sales are happening.
And what percentage would be the government contracts in this?
All the road contracts are by somehow the government departments only. There is no private use of bitumen as such. Very small percentage that maybe some industry is laying it for internal purpose, but that would be very small part. All the road contracts in the Indian road network is being awarded by some government body.
Okay. And what is the visibility like? Do they give long-term contracts or it's adjusted?
They give a road, particular kilometer road contract, wherein the maintenance is also nowadays on the contractors for particular periods, depending upon the tenders.
Okay, and last question is, what are your prospects in the east and the northern side? Northern side, you told that you got the Rajasthan.
They're already there in Guwahati, and
okay.
things are already happening in the eastern region already.
So you don't need any other capex other than your shipping because you have all round.
Not much. No, I also said this in the earlier call. Because we are the location-wise, the import facilities that we are already having is capable of handling even increased volume that we are targeting in the coming few years.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Pritesh from Lucky Investment Managers. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Pritesh, please proceed with your question.
Yeah, hi, good afternoon. This is Anupam here. So my first question is to understand how the market is shaping with respect to PSU capacity and with respect to private and bulk capacities.
Okay. That's the question, or you have any more questions?
Yeah. So secondly, I was referring to your earlier Concall commentary, wherein you mentioned that in the next 2 years we are looking to add vessels from now 8 to 13. And now in this call you are alluding to the fact that we will, kind of hinting to the fact that we are still evaluating adding vessels, and so just trying to bridge the gap between the two comments.
Thank you so much, but I don't remember I have said any time from 8 to 30 as far as I know.
Not 30, 13, so 13.
There also I mentioned it is all depending upon opportunity cost or opportunity that will be coming along the company, and this is what I mentioned right now also. It all depends upon the opportunities that the companies will be getting in terms of getting any vessels. This is what I said last time also, and this is again what I said today.
All right. So how should we look at capex, sir? I mean, is 1 to 2 vessels going to be added every year, 50 crore per vessel, or is it going to be any different?
It depends upon the size of the vessel also, and since the market is on the higher side, the prices of the vessels have gone up. So maybe in terms of capex, it may go up, but it all depends. Again, I'm saying if we are getting any vessels at a very attractive price, which makes sense for us to buy, a management call on that. And we are definitely looking to add more vessels, but it will be all upon the opportunity that we will be getting.
So when you say attractive price, is it 50 crore for a 10,000 ton vessel, or isn't that attractive? Or just...
Yeah, for today's market, yes. For a vessel of that size, 50 crores is a decent amount.
Understood. And sir, my first question on the PSU capacity addition by oil manufacturing companies.
Addition by PSU in terms of higher quantity, but maybe a few 100,000 tons here or there. But no PSUs are focusing on increasing the production capacities in terms of bitumen.
So the market that we operate in, which is private and bulk, we are 25% of the market. So have you seen any sort of market share decline in this quarter?
No. If you can go on the Google also, you will get the figures. We are the market leaders from last so many years, and we are still the market leaders in bitumen, private sector.
Understood. Right, sir. So last question on the debt. What is the debt profile currently on as of December?
Debt, we have not taken any additional working capital even in this last quarter. So we are still the same last 2 years.
And long-term debt, sir?
Long-term debt, yes, we have added about $7 million in the current quarter.
$7 million.
Yeah.
Okay. And what is the absolute amount as of December debt figure?
It's about 60 crores to be at a cover about 60 crores.
60 crores. That's
Yes.
Sorry?
It is purely for capex.
Understood. That's it from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the last question. I now hand the conference over to Ms. Asta Jain for her closing comments. Asta, please proceed.
Thank you, Lizanne. On behalf of Heme Securities Limited, I thank Agarwal Industrial Corporation Limited team for giving the time we spent on this call and responding all the queries in a detailed way. I would also like to thank all the participants for joining this call. Now, I would like to hand over the call to Lizanne for the closing remarks.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Heme Securities, that concludes this conference call. We thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your line.
Thank you so much.